clap.
Yo.
What's up, evolutionaries? It's your boy Kali, and I'm back again with another video. If this is your first time tuning in to my YouTube channel, welcome to the evolution. And if you are a returning viewer, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to show your support for the evolutionary life of Kali. Today's video is chapter 25. Now, before you say anything, for those of you who watched my previous video, I did start by saying it was chapter 25. Not sure what was going on up here, but that was chapter 24. So the description and the title of the video and everything showed 24, but in the introduction of the video I said 25. So just to clarify things, that was chapter 24 and this is chapter 25. So today's video is chapter 25, goal number 13, and the topic is climate action. And that's, goal 13, which means we have 7. We have 4 more goals left until we complete the 17 Sustainable Development Goals series for the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. It is, it's exciting that we're almost finished. I am also excited for what's gonna come afterwards, so you guys better stay tuned in for that. Let's get right into the video. As you know, it will be split into 3 parts. The overview of what climate action means. The second section will focus on the 3 main targets that the United Nations has implemented in the eradication, or let's not say eradication, in the achievement of climate action. And then the final section will focus on progress and information, where we will speak about how far the United Nations has come as it relates to achieving this goal, and also any additional information that you may need. What does climate action refer to? Climate action refers to efforts made to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-induced impacts. The tagline for this goal is goal number 13, climate action. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Important facts. Important facts number 1. 125 of 154 developing countries are formulating and implementing national climate adaptation plans. Important fact number 2. Rising greenhouse gas emissions requires shifting economics towards carbon neutrality. And important fact number 3, the global average temperature was at 1.2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial baseline as of 2020. And that sums up the the first section of today's video, the overview of what climate action is. Let's move on to the second section, the 3 main targets that the United Nations has implemented in the achievement of this goal. Now let's move on to the second section of today's video, the 3 main targets that the United Nations has implemented in the achievement of climate action. Target 13.1, strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards and natural disasters in all countries. Target 13.2, integrate climate change measures into national policies, strategies, and planning. And target 13.3, improve education, awareness raising, and human and institutional capacity on climate change mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, and early warning. And that sums up the second section of today's video, the 3 main targets that the United Nations has implemented in the achievement of climate action. Let's move on to the third and final section, progress and information. Now let's move on to the third and final section of today's video, progress and information, we will be speaking about how far the United Nations has come in the achievement of climate action and also providing you with additional information that you may need. Let's get to it. Atmospheric concentrations of the major greenhouse gases continue to increase despite the temporary reduction in emissions in 2020 related to measures taken in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. As of April 2020, 118 countries and territories had reported the development and adoption of national or local disaster risk reduction strategies, an increase from 48 countries and territories in the first year of the Sendai framework. As of 31st of December 2020, 190 parties, which is equivalent to 189 countries and territories, plus the European Union, had communicated their first nationally determined contribution to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, of which 44 were least developed countries and 40 were small island developing states. As at 31st of March 2021, 125 of 154 developing countries were carrying out measures for national adoption plans and prioritizing the formulation and implementation of the plans in their adaptation efforts. Total climate finance reported by states parties included in Annex 1 to the Framework Convention on Climate Change continues to increase, reaching an annual average of $48.7 billion in the period 2017 to 2018. This represents an increase of 10% compared to the 2015 to 2016 period. While more than half of all climate-specific financial support in the 2017 and 2018 was targeted at mitigation action, the share of adoption support is growing, and many countries and territories are prioritizing adoption in their financial support provision. And that concludes the progress and information and also the third and final section of today's video. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was my pleasure as always to sit here to provide you with yet another important topic. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below how you feel about this video. Also, don't forget to share with your friends and family members, strangers you come across on the road. And finally, most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, one more subscriber equals one more supporter against all the human rights infringements and also in support of the achievement of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys next week. Callie is signing out.